KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Across our viewing area and the rest of the state facing record high temperatures this week. ERCOT issuing a weather watch due to the scorching heat.
Now, highs are expected to remain in the triple digits for a majority of the week. For the latest now in the forecast, let's check in with meteorologist Adam Caskey.
Yeah, triple digits for most of this week, but we will be trimming back just a little bit in the days ahead. And I'm going to get into that coming up later. First of all, today our high of 104 at the airport here in San Antonio. That's 2 degrees shy of the record set back in 2012. The average high 93. I do want to give you an update. Del Rio, high temperature now up to 111 for the day. That is the 9th day in a row Del Rio has broken a record high temperature, and we expect them to actually do it again tomorrow. Now, ERCOT, you mentioned the power saving and whatnot, urging people to save power. That's always a good idea. They have been able to meet demand. And when you look at the types of energy, the types of generation, 69% today at 5 p.m. were fossil fuels, 25% renewables, and then 6% of our energy came from nuclear earlier today. And tomorrow is a CPS peak energy demand day, a yellow day. My favorite is minimize the use of your washers and dryers in the afternoon between 3 and 8. Good excuse not to do laundry. We'll talk more about the heat, look at the rest of the state, and how the heat high is shifting and what that means for our temperatures in a bit.
Adam, thank you. Now to the latest in the investigation into 3 San Antonio police officers charged with murdering a 46-year-old woman on the southwest side. The family of Melissa Perez is now planning to file a lawsuit. Early Friday morning, 3 officers shot and killed Perez at an apartment in the 6200 block of Old Pearsall Road. They had been called to that complex after allegedly Perez cut the wires to a fire alarm system. When they got there, the affidavit states that one officer saw Perez pick up a hammer and break a window while heading in their direction. Police Chief William McManus later said that Perez had been suffering from some sort of a mental health crisis. Perez's daughter broke her silence this morning on Good Morning America.
She didn't deserve this, and those officers took my life. I will never be the same person again.
Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez releasing a statement today saying, quote, once SAPD completes their investigation, the Civil Rights Division will fully review the evidence and prepare the cases for presentation to the grand jury. The statement ends by saying, quote, our office extends heartfelt condolences to the family and loved ones of Mrs. Perez, who tragically lost her life. Now, Danny Diaz, the president for the San Antonio Police Officers Association, also issuing a statement saying, quote, on behalf of the San Antonio Police Officers Association, we express our deepest condolences to Melissa Perez's family. Following the tragic incident, Chief McManus followed all necessary protocols. All 3 officers have been suspended indefinitely. Now, Diaz says that because it's an active investigation, the union can't speak further until the investigation is over and the judicial process is underway.
Tonight, a man has been arrested in connection to a deadly shooting on Sunday afternoon. SAPD says 54-year-old Armando Regalado actually shot and killed a 48-year-old man at a Southside home. He's being charged with murder. Regalado is actually being held in the Bexar County Jail on a $150,000 bond. That shooting happened just before 12:30 yesterday in the 200 block of West Ainsley Boulevard. SAPD says a woman called saying her husband had been shot. Officers arrived to find the man shot in the chest. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Regalado believed to be a roommate. Investigators say the 2 men got into an argument before the shooting happened. The name of the victim has not been released yet.
A mistrial in the trial of a man accused of killing his wife back in 2017. We're talking about Guadalupe Contreras. He had been on trial for the last 6 days for allegedly killing his wife, Elizabeth. But today, the judge declared a mistrial because San Antonio police turned over evidence in the case to the DA's office over the weekend. So then the defense argued that it needed more time to look over said evidence. So now the case is going to be tried at a later date. Now, pay close attention to this because tonight the Bexar County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding 3 suspects who followed a man home and then robbed him at gunpoint. So we want to show you this picture here. BCSO said that this happened last Thursday around 7 p.m. Deputies say that the victim was at La Cantera and bought an expensive watch for his wife. According to BCSO, once the man got home, the 3 suspects robbed him. The victim says that he recognized them after seeing them while he was at La Cantera. So if you have any information on this, call BCSO. The number is on your screen. It's 210-335-6000.
Tonight, Crime Stoppers asking for your help in finding the suspects who robbed a gas station on Bitters Road. San Antonio police officers say the two women seen here stole items from that gas station on June 3rd. Officers say someone tried to stop the women, but that person assaulted by the suspects. According to SAPD, the women left in the white Chevy pickup that you see. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis in Eagle Pass this morning. He laid out his immigration policy. It includes ending birthright citizenship, finish building the southern border wall, and send U.S. forces into Mexico to combat drug cartels.
I look at the issue of the border, and there's some people in the media, some people on certain political persuasions that just dismiss it as kind of a Texas problem or an Arizona problem. But I'm here to tell you, when you don't have control of your own border, that's an American problem.
The DeSantis campaign promising to release more detailed policy rollouts in the coming weeks. You can read more details about DeSantis' immigration plans by heading to our website, KSAT.com.
Other news now, 55 million people across the globe have dementia, and with the aging population set to double in the next 20 years, we definitely need some breakthrough treatments.
As we near the end of Brain Health Awareness Month, a widowed brain health expert tells Courtney Friedman her story and brings hope to the future of dementia research.
That's okay. You say it's best when you say nothing at all.
This was Sarah Hoyt's last dance with her husband, Scott, before he passed away from dementia a year ago.
In the last 4 years, we were losing him piece by piece, and he was very nonverbal.
The loss makes her work that much more important. She's the chief social impact officer for BioV, a pharmaceutical company focused on neurodegenerative diseases.
Our hypothesis is that neuroinflammation, so inflammation in the brain, is at the heart of the biology of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other neurological conditions.
Hoyt applauds the many recent scientific breakthroughs from a list of research companies in this space, BioV being one of them.
Our early data from our phase 2 studies suggests that our molecule, NE3107, can reduce brain inflammation, and it appears to improve cognition, memory, and function.
It's now in phase 3 and clinical trials are set to follow.
It's a pill that's taken twice a day, so it's very non-invasive. And so far, the side effects have been almost none.
In pursuit of a cure, Hoyt also co-founded a global brain health initiative called Social Impact Partners.
This is not a moment for competition. We really believe there is a deep need for collaboration, increased funding, awareness.
Making sure people know they can control part of their brain health by focusing on good sleep, diet, exercise, and social interaction.
Okay.
Hoyt keeps Scott's memory alive by telling his story, supporting science, and fighting for a cure. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Look no further if you're looking for something cool for your kid to do this summer. There's a summer dance program at the Carver Community Cultural Center. It's called the Carver Summer Dance Intensive. Professional dancers work with the students, and students in the program learn different dances like ballet, jazz, modern, and also West African.
I'm a competitive dancer, and I haven't really been able to do styles like African dance and things like that. So coming here, I got to learn about it and do it, and it was just a really cool experience.
So here's what's even cooler. Some of the students have been so inspired by the program that they've continued taking dance lessons in other places after leaving the center. If you want to enroll your child, the 2-week program starts July 10th. It's for students ages 10 to 18. You can learn more on our website, KSAT.com.
Check out traffic right now. We're going to go to 410 in Jackson Keller, and you can see traffic moving very smoothly in both directions. A bit of good news on this Monday, and as you get ready to plan out your commute this week, there are some road closures you're going to want to keep in mind. Stephen Cavazos has you covered.
We are almost through with the month of June, but I can guarantee you there is still plenty of work to take place in and around the Alamo City. So if you have a minute, take a look here at the information that's going to be coming to you along I-10 in Kendall County. Bridge work. Now, this has been current for quite a while, but it's going to pick up Monday, June 26th and take us to midweek Wednesday, June 28th, 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. And during that time, we're going to see alternating main lane closures in both directions from State Highway 46 to Johns Road. So be on the lookout over there. Got to take a jump over here to State Highway 151 because when midweek approaches, we will see utility work. Now, this does take place overnight, so late night owls, early bird commuters should wrap up around 5 in the morning. In the meantime, we will see the full closure of the northbound main lanes at Petrenko Road. One more jump here. I've mentioned this a few times along I-35 northeast side of San Antonio. There's plenty of work taking place, and road work will continue all the way up until July 2nd. It is overnight, so watch out. 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. Full closure of the I-35 southbound frontage road, and that's actually from Old Austin Road, I should say, to Forum Parkway. But I know it's a lot of information. Scan the QR code that's now on your screen. It's important stuff, guys. Know what to expect ahead of time. If you scan that QR code, it takes you to our traffic page. We have a full list of all the closures, and there's a lot happening in and around the Alamo City, so know what to expect before you hit the roadways.
And now still on the news at 6, every year more than 16,000 Americans find out that they have lupus. So what are the symptoms? We're going to tell you what to look out for.
Quick look at what we're working on for you on the Night Beat at 10. Have you been to North Star Mall lately? Just weeks ago, that popular shopping mall turned into a deadly crime scene after a man was gunned down in a targeted attack. It happened at a barbershop inside the mall. Tonight, why a different barbershop inside North Star says his business has been rough ever since that shooting, even though his shop wasn't involved. This and more on the Night Beat at 10.
You know, it's the very idea that your body can just turn against itself and wreak havoc just about everywhere. It's a reality for the 1.5 million people in the U.S. that have lupus.
Yeah, it's an autoimmune disease that occurs when your body's immune system attacks your own tissues and organs. Ursula Perry with some unusual signs that you are among the 16,000 new cases that will pop up this year.
Award-winning singer Toni Braxton, diagnosed with lupus back in 2008. Her most persistent symptom, blood clots.
Some autoimmune diseases can be mild and can be manageable, and some can be very severe and then resistant to therapy.
No two patients share the exact same symptoms. In fact, there are quite a few symptoms that are lesser known. Number 1, lupus psychosis. It's described as delusions or hallucinations. About 12% of lupus patients experience it. A few little-known symptoms are vertigo, Raynaud's syndrome, and oral health problems like gum disease.
Common treatments are treatments that are going to suppress the immune system so that when patients develop an autoimmune disorder, there's activity of the immune system against that organ system.
Most people know lupus as the disease that causes a rash that goes over your nose and your cheekbones in the shape of a butterfly. But there are some less obvious signs as well. You can have hair loss, hair that becomes brittle suddenly, severe headaches, nerve complications, weight fluctuations, and more. Again, no two people have the same symptoms. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
I want you to take a look at this. There is a baby boom happening at SeaWorld. Over the past 2 weeks, SeaWorld has welcomed 4 California sea lion pups to the family.
Yeah, SeaWorld says that those 4 babies have joined 37 other sea lions, as well as 7 harbor seals. At birth, sea lion pups usually weigh about 15 pounds, 2 feet long, but they can actually grow up to 7 feet and weigh 700 pounds. Hey.
Who's a good sea lion pup? Who's a good? SeaWorld tells us the mother and the pups are doing well. They're at SeaWorld's Pacific Point Preserve, by the way.
Lovely. Now we're going to take a live look outside right now. 103 degrees out there right now. Yep, it's no joke. We're suffering, but it's also important to have perspective and to look around the state to see what else other Texans are dealing with, right?
Yeah, and a lot of us are dealing with the heat, and only 2 records on this map of the state have fallen. So let's take a look at it. And one was Del Rio. We talked about that earlier at 111. The other, San Angelo, made it to 112. The old record in San Angelo, 108. Elsewhere, look at Amarillo, only 89 so far today for the high temperature. There was a little bit of shower activity in far west Texas and some clouds over New Mexico, but not much else out there across our state in terms of any activity. The action is in the lower 48. It's over the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and New England, this big counterclockwise swirl in the atmosphere indicating upper level disturbance, and then another counterclockwise swirl over the Pacific Northwest. So that's where the action is right now. Here we have the usual, the heat high, the big blue H overhead and pressing down on us. So this big ridge in the midsection of the country, and it's centered right over us, but it does bump northward into the plains. This is going to change a little bit in the days ahead. It's going to be sliding eastward and weakening. That's the key. This has been an unusually strong upper level high. But by the weekend, it weakens and moves off to the east. Now, that will open the door for any disturbances. Say we could get some disturbances coming in from the south. It's just nothing's in sight, and it's not very likely we'll have any rain-making energy. But temperatures will take a little bit of a hit. We'll trim them back a little bit. Baby steps. 103 tomorrow, 102 Wednesday, Thursday 101, an even 100 on Friday, and then 99 by Sunday and Monday, so some minor changes. Now, by this time last year, we had 21 100-degree days. So far this year, we've had 9. So yes, it's hot outside, but it's nothing like what we had last summer, not at this point. 103 right now, dew point is 65, so it feels like it's 4 degrees warmer than the actual air temperature. Cotulla is still at 110, 111 right now in Del Rio, 99 Gonzales, 102 Rock Springs. Triple-digit heat just about for everybody. Pleasanton 105, New Braunfels here at 102. Look at the dew points, still hanging on to the 60s for most of us. Now these are a little bit lower in the afternoon hours than the past couple of weeks. We're starting to see things dry out a little bit in the afternoons, which is more normal for this time of day and this time of year. And that's impacting our heat index a little bit. So right now, Helotes feels like 110. That's one of the higher locations. New Braunfels feels like 114 at the moment. And Cotulla feels like 111. That's about the same as the actual air temperature. Now, coming up at 6, we'll look at the peak heat index values across our area. As for tomorrow morning, your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 7 a.m., 77 degrees, and briefly cloudy early in the morning for early risers around sunrise. By noon, we're sunny, 94, but it feels like it's 103. Then our high temperature, we hit that at 4 to 5 p.m. It's going to be 103, but feeling like 109. So we're keeping the heat cranked up, of course. So Del Rio, we are forecasting a high temperature of 109 for the air temperature. That would be another record. That would make it 10 days in a row where Del Rio had a record high temperature. Downtown 103, Lavernia 104 tomorrow, along with New Braunfels, and Lake Hills, high temperature of 102. Nothing but sunshine here in the 7-day forecast, but as that upper level high slides eastward, we'll actually get a few clouds in the sky to add some variety by Sunday and Monday, but unfortunately, nothing in terms of rain within sight.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
All right, we've talked about, what getting Wemby has meant for the city, how exciting it's been for the Spurs. I think Greg Popovich sounds re-energized, David.
I think so. He's got a young superstar on his hands. Plus, he's got a bunch of other young guys who actually have some experience now that they've played a couple of years in the NBA. He's ready to mesh that together, see what he's got, and it could be a lot of fun for the head coach and for the fans to watch. We'll have that coming up. And also, the Gunslingers are riding high, headed to the Arena League playoffs. Preview on the way.
Word on the street is that you eat quite a bit. How many meals a day?
I gotta eat whenever I can. Before practice, after practice, before going to bed, after waking up, before the nap, after the nap.
One of the central themes around Wemby has been about food and how much he eats. Apparently, he eats a lot all day. And you, the viewer, suggested something he must have here in San Antonio. More on that in just a minute. Oh, what a weekend for the Spurs top pick, Victor Wembanyama. First being the first pick in the draft on Thursday, then arriving to a hero's welcome here Friday, a greeting at the Arneson and a press conference on Saturday, and then finally putting on that Spurs uniform for the first time. Wemby will now get to show us why he is such a great talent. The Spurs will have some workouts and then head west to play in a couple of summer leagues. We know the fans are excited to see him play. Pop also looking forward to fitting him in with some of the younger guys. The Spurs head coach quick to praise the young guys' work ethic so far this summer as well.
The guys that played for us last year and they're continuing have had a great summer. And I mean that with all my heart, a great summer. The coaches and the development people have been in charge of all that. I haven't done a damn thing except observe here and there. All of the players individually with skills, understanding how we want to play and how we have to play in this league as they get older and develop has been great. So we're very excited to put them with Victor, to say the least.
All right, so here's when you can start seeing the Spurs action next week. Let's start with the California Classic in Sacramento. The Spurs are going to face the Hornets and possibly see Wemby and Charlotte's first pick, Brandon Miller, on the floor at the same time. And then they played the Lakers on the 5th. The Summer League then moves to Las Vegas. The Spurs have 4 games on their schedule. That includes the Hornets again, then the Blazers, Wizards, and the Pistons. KSAT 12 Sports will be out there starting on Sunday.
So, Victor, let's dig in. Are you going to miss the food?
I'm going to find a way to bring some European and French food back over there.
Remembering that last moment when you first saw the San Antonio Spurs on TV, now going to them, what excites you most and what do you hope to work on this summer?
Breakfast tacos. I haven't been able to do much, I've had time to eat some tacos, but that's pretty much it,
What else is there? Wemby has not been shy about his love for food. He's been seen at several different locations in town over the weekend. On Saturday, he shared this image of him, Sean Elliott, David Robinson, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan having dinner. He's the tall guy right there. The rest of them look so short. Manu tweeted later, he's the point guard in that group. So last night on Instant Replay, we wanted to know which breakfast taco you recommend for Wemby, and you overwhelmingly said it would recommend barbacoa with a big red. Welcome to San Antonio. The past weekend, the San Antonio Gunslingers wrapped up back-to-back games with the West Texas Warbirds. Gunslingers won 69-55 in the Freeman Coliseum. They're 8-1, the best record of the National Arena League. The Gunslingers will play their next 2 games on the road before wrapping up the regular season on July 22nd at the Freeman Coliseum against the Carolina Cobras.
And they play at the Freeman.
They play at the Freeman. All right. It's real tight and fun in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And loud.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
Okay.
We're going to have one of the newest people on San Antonio City Council right here live in our studio right after the break, so stick around.
She is one of the 3 new faces that you'll see on San Antonio City Council, Councilwoman Marina Alderete Gavito. She represents District 7. That's Anna Sandoval's old seat.
And she was just sworn in last week. And Councilman Alderete Gavito joins us now live on our KSAT Q&A. All right, we're going to start with your priorities. You have listed homelessness, loose dogs, and infrastructure as your top 3 priorities. Yeah. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, that's right. So I just got finished block walking all throughout District 7, and the top concern I heard from all throughout was safety and security. And I think it shows itself in different ways. A lot of residents are nervous about the increased homeless population. And, they don't feel safe going down some of the streets that they used to go down. They don't feel safe going to some of the parks that they used to go to. And so the City Council has some great long-term solutions in play, but I think we're exploring what we can do in the short term. One of the other concerns regarding safety was a lot of loose, vicious dogs out in the community, and we can attest to it. Our last week of block walking, we were chased down by some loose, vicious dogs, and luckily we were able to get away. But I mean, this is a concern that residents are seeing and feeling and facing every single day, and so we have to address it.
And infrastructure always seems to be a top priority. Why is that, and what can you do to kind of change what's happened before?
Right, yeah, so Bandera Road is a a pain in a lot of district residents' side, and we really want to make sure that we get that project moving. Really want to make sure that we're listening to the residents who live up and down Bandera Road to make sure that their input is heard and that we move that project along. It's been going on for a couple of years, and it needs that final push and re-engagement. Also on infrastructure, there's a lot of streets that don't have sidewalks where kids travel to go to school. There's a lot of aging infrastructure, streets that need to be maintained. So that is always a heavy lift, and we're excited to dig in and do the work.
Yeah.
You took your oath just a few days ago.
Yeah.
There's a big switch when you're a candidate and then when you actually become councilwoman.
Yeah.
Right? So what is your priority right now? We already talked about priorities, but as far as I'm sure they've changed since you've been in.
Yeah, I think, one of the first things we're doing is setting up a really great team, and so that we can all support the residents of District 7, making sure that transition was seamless for them, making sure, our constituent service director and her team is set up and in place and attending neighborhood meetings and working with the residents and staying close to them.
Your father was on the city council, late 70s to 85, if I remember right. Was this something that you always thought, maybe I'll do that? Maybe I'll follow in my father's footsteps?
Yeah. No, actually not really. I think growing up in a political family, it's not always the easiest, and so when I had moved to Chicago for a while, and when I came back, I was serving on different boards and nonprofits, nonprofit organizations, and doing great work there, but I wanted to do more. And so, did my homework and said, where could my skill set be the most utilized? Is it at the local level, state level, federal level? Researched and figured out that for me, it's at the local level because that's where I can have the most impact. That's where my skills can go the furthest. And so here I am.
You have... We've talked before. You were on Zoom. You weren't in the studio with us before, but we talked about the digital divide and how big an issue it is in San Antonio. It was just exacerbated during the pandemic.
Right.
Do you take some of that knowledge with you to City Council? I mean, I noticed that wasn't one of your priorities, but the digital divide, and I'm sure there are parts of District 7 that feel it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in 2019, over 20% of residents could not access the internet, and they couldn't access it because they didn't have access to fiber, they couldn't afford it. There's a digital skills component to it, and so it absolutely still leaves so many of residents in San Antonio and Bexar County behind. So I'm glad to have had that experience and knowledge gained from my previous employer, and absolutely going to take that to council and continue pushing for it.
Now that you're officially a leader, we wanted to ask you about the situation that happened on the southwest side, where unfortunately that 46-year-old woman was killed on Friday by 3 San Antonio police officers. Now that you're a leader, people are going to look to you for answers and ask you questions. So can you give us a comment on that?
Yeah, first and foremost, my condolences to Melissa Perez's family. This is a horrible incident, and so definitely want to extend my condolences to them. I think that there was, one of the good things that came out of it was the city's quick response. I believe within less than 24 hours, around 24 hours, we all saw the body cam footage. And also, there was swift action taken by Chief McManus. And so I think that was good, that the public wasn't left waiting. There was transparency, and there was quick action. I think it also highlights that we as a community need to do more to address mental health crisis in our city and really lead there. We're a compassionate city, and we need to make sure that we're responding to mental health crises that way.
I was struck with the chief standing there Friday night, and he had City Manager Eric Walsh right next to him. He had people from Internal Affairs there as well. And that was my question, is what, as a city council person, can you do? You talked about mental health, and are we doing enough right now as a city when it comes to mental health?
I think this leaves the opportunity and us to question, should we be doing more? What are the protocols? Are they enough? What happened here? We can assess the situation and learn from it, because we all know we would never want this to happen again.
Part of this is, now that you're on City Council, you have other colleagues to work with. And how has that transition been? Because you do have to, I mean, it is about making deals. It is about, forming friendships or alliances. How has that been?
It's been great. I had a lot of relationships with the council members beforehand. I think almost all of them endorsed my candidacy. So we had great working relationships. I think in council, you can't do anything alone. You need 6 to get stuff done. And so, I have a good foundation of those relationships and look forward to building and working together to move the needle forward.
What's the biggest surprise so far?
The biggest surprise is everyone's like, "Hi, Councilwoman," and I'm like, "I'm Marina."
You're looking over your shoulder, like, who are they talking about?
Yeah, I'm still Marina.
How do you feel about it being a majority female?
I love it. Okay. I love it. I'm the mother of 2 daughters, and I think this is great for them to see and great for them to experience with me. Yeah.
What do you want people to know that they didn't get while you were running for this seat?
Yeah, I think one of the things is I want people to know that our team and myself were available and accessible to all the residents in District 7. I'm looking forward to serving the residents of District 7 as well as our whole city. So, I think that availability and accessibility is extremely important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marina Alderete Gavita, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way, on Wednesday, new councilperson Sakor will be with us. And then on Thursday, new councilman Mark White will be with us on KSAT Q&A.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.